Hey folks, in case you're noticing that the audio quality for this particular Let's Play is different than the last one, that's because XSplit done fucked up, and even though every single indicator that told me that it was recording my voice along with the game was working, it didn't. I don't know why, and I am very upset about this. And I am more upset with myself that I took it for granted that the thing that said it was working was actually working. You'd think I'd know better with this stuff by now. So yeah, this instead of splitting this in two, this is going to be one big video. And I did try to trim it down where I could. And I was able to get it down from a whopping hour 2 minutes to an hour and 18 seconds. Not as many gaps as I thought there were. Or I just missed a few in the editing process. Oh yeah, other fun fact, this is the first one of these I'm editing by myself. So, if it sucks, you know, that's on me. Alright, so I'm going to read these things as if I was playing the game. I know I've already missed a few. And try my best to remember any jokes I might have made or my reasoning for certain options. But, yeah, really not happy about what happened with XSplit. That really fucking pisses me off. Anyway, so our dad, Richard, is about to go to the gym with Craig. And speaking of Craig, he was one of the names that I put in the Twitter poll I mentioned way back in parts 1 and 2 of this Let's Play. And, yeah. Craig did not win. Not even close. It was 80% for Damien, for the Goth Dad, who we should be meeting pretty shortly here. Alright. The neighborhood is quiet and serene this early in the morning. Birds chirp and the grass is still wet with dew. Surprisingly, the gym is pretty crowded. I spot Craig standing out front, stretching. Of course, he spots me and waves enthusiastically. Spots me and waves enthusiastically. I thought I trimmed this down more. Alright, there we go. Hey bro, good morning. Hey, good to see you. I think I missed something. I accidentally double-clicked there. You ready to kick some butt? Help. This is it. This is how I die. Oh, it'll be alright, dude. We'll ease you into it. Pretty sure that was my Craig voice. That is just sort of my generic bro-y voice. I use that for Craig when I talk about, you know, MRAs and gamer gators and other sorts of dude bros. Although, I mean, Craig isn't a dude bro. But so that's actually kind of mean that I use the same voice for them. But I mean, that's my bro voice. You know, there's a reason I never try to get into voice acting. Anyway. Okay, so you got Richard, my player character, getting on the treadmill here. Okay, so I know we are on treadmills. Yes. And those over there are ellipticals. Very good. What is all this other stuff? Craig laughs. They might look a little scary, but I guarantee that all of them serve a specific purpose for building muscle mass.
Nice.
I watch as a dude in a muscle tee flexes a muscle I didn't know existed on a machine I think was once used to process grain into flour. What is that? Why is that guy doing that to himself? That's a good question, bro. What do you think he's doing? I'm trying to remember why I clicked praying to some sort of pain god, but it's like a religious self-flagellation meant to atone for one's sins. You're actually not far off from the truth. Oh no, Craig is turning up the speed. I better do the same. The one thing I notice about the dad in this game is that he seems to have very little in the way of actual willpower. I mean, feeling that he has to turn up the treadmill speed because Craig does, constantly trying to one-up Brian. You know, heavy dad, not me. He's not trying to one-up me. I don't even know the guy. Anyway, Craig's talking about his... Yeah, hopefully you're watching this and you're catching the dialogue that I am not repeating to you. I would have just... I hate that it has to be this way, but, you know, blame XSplit. So anyway, Craig asks us what we do. Richard, my dad, who I named after a character from my first novel, goes, I try to educate myself about the world around me. I'm like a sponge for knowledge, soaking up all that intellectual content. You know, history, the paranormal, wilderness survival, aliens, mostly those things. So you watch the History Channel too, then? Or 2, huh? I'm not saying it's aliens, but... Yes. We're jogging now. Oh god, we're jogging now. I look over to Craig, who hasn't even broken a sweat. How is he doing this so effortlessly? I'm dying. I can feel my life force draining through every orifice of my body. And I'm sweating right now because even though it's supposed to be fall, it's gotten hot again this week. Damn it. Hey, remember when my fish died in college? No, I don't like this story. Oh my god, is he really bumping up the speed again? I guess I better do it too. No, you don't, Richard. You do not have to do this too. Oh, this is fast. This is very, very fast. We were at that party, and you vowed to make me feel better. You tell me to create a distraction, so of course I do a sick cake stand and get everyone cheering. And then I tried to steal a fish from a fish tank at the party with my bare hands, like an idiot. And then you drop the fish and it's flopping around and you panic, so you run up to me post-cake stand with a dying, dirty fish in your hands that you scooped up off the ground, and you're yelling at me that we have to leave. So we're running out of a frat party with a fish and trying to give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And we get him home and get him into a bowl of water, but the prognosis was grim. And the next day, he's alive and well. They never did catch the great fish thieves of Grand Ridge U. And they never will. I shoot off the end of the treadmill and crash into the wall. Jesus, that hurts. I think it's occurring to me that my Craig voice kind of sounds a little bit like the voice that Mags at Super Princess Tea Party does for her little Darcy character. Yeah, it's like, I managed to stand up and rub my back, but it doesn't... Ah, shoot. I was too slow. Right. Well, I think I might call our gym adventure here. You sure? Yeah. Alright, well, here, I brought you this. Craig hands me a shaker bottle full of a thick green liquid. I stare at it with must-be apparent distaste. It's a protein shake, bro. Oh, thank you. He wants me to drink it. Oh boy, here it goes. I wonder if it's anything like that green, okay. I take a small sip. It's actually delicious. Yeah, I wonder if it's like the green, it's the, like, naked juice thing, where it's like, it's got like avocado and... It's like a green fruit smoothie thing. It looks gross, but it's actually really good. And it, yeah. All right. Let me know if you ever want to work out again. Maybe we can try running around the neighborhood. Damn it, I was too slow again. Okay. Good one. Well, I'm gonna go put some ice on this everything. I'll see you around. I leave the gym feeling ashamed. Craig used to order delivery from the pizza place across the street from our dorm, and now he can run circles around me, literally. Man, I really gotta work on this dad bod. I get home and lie down on the couch. It hurts to move. Oh god, I'm so old. I know the feeling, man. Star Trek The Next Generation turned 30 today, or yesterday, when I'm recording this, and I remember watching it. God, I remember it so well. I remember that, like, the last commercial before the show started was for, like, Yoo-Hoo. I arrive at Amanda's school and check in at the front desk. They give me a bright orange visitor sticker and send me on my way. I'm barely awake and feeling pretty haggard, but hopefully nobody will notice. I check my watch and am relieved to see that I'm only 2 minutes late. Wait, was it room 103 or 108? I spot a youth standing at... God damn it. See, this is easier to do while I was playing the game than watching the game that I played. I think that works grammatically. Okay, and here's the asshole kid. Okay, wise guy, are you going to help me or not? Fine. Up those stairs and to the left. Can't miss him. God. Ugh, I hate that. Okay, I'm not going to do that voice again. I head up the stairs and walk around, unable to find Mr. Vega's class anywhere. After a couple minutes searching, damn it! I get back to where that low-rent Gerard Way is standing, fully ready to give him a piece of my mind, when suddenly a head pops out of the classroom next to his locker. Lucian, don't you have a third period to get to? Fine, Mr. Vega. That sounded a little too... That was just like a quieter Craig. God, I suck at voices. You must be Richard. This period's almost over. Would you mind waiting in the back? Mr. Vega leads me in, and I take a seat in one of the comically small students' desks in the back. I might get stuck in this. Alright, where were we? Now who can tell me about the unreliability of the narrator in J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye? Yes, Colin? Colin stands up and does the thing where he blows into the crook of his elbow to make a fart noise. The whole class erupts in laughter. Alright, everybody, very funny. Colin, please sit down.
What?
Now, Holden Caulfield is an unreliable narrator in the sense that the bell for the end of the period rings. All of the students immediately get up and make a break for the door. Remember to do the reading and answer the response questions on page 194 in your textbook. Nobody's listening. Or not, I guess. Mr. Vega turns to me and sighs. Middle schoolers, right? Don't you teach high schoolers? Both. You know, budget cuts. Right. Thanks so much for coming in. No problem, Mr. Vega. Please, call me Hugo. I don't normally do these impromptu parent-teacher meetings, but as I'm sure you know, Amanda's a very bright student, and I'm concerned about her recent behavior. What's going on? Amanda has never been the most engaged student, but I know she cares. Recently, though, she's been falling behind. She's not completing assignments and has been doing rather poorly on tests. I normally chalk this up to senioritis, but... This is strange. I thought Amanda always shared everything with me. It hadn't even crossed my mind that something might be wrong. I just wanted to ask, is everything okay at home? Okay, I picked We Just Moved Here, and... yeah, I think I made a mistake in that I'm pretty sure that was one I picked last time, and I wanted to pick something different, but obviously too late. Well, we just moved recently, but it was only to the other side of town, and Amanda was more excited about it than I was. See if you can talk to her about it. I know she values you a great deal and would appreciate your guidance. If she keeps heading down this road, ... Did it really take me that long to read, or when I originally played this, or did I have to stop and cough or something? I don't know. Yeah, God, you know, the next time I play this game, it had better record, or I'm just... I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Just don't fuck it up again, XSplit. Seriously. Maybe I'll do a sample of it before I try again. This one Plants vs. Zombies level's been giving me trouble. I leave the classroom and make my way out of the school. I'm still a little bit in shock that Amanda was able to hide this so well from me. She's always been such a force for positivity in my life, especially when we lost her father. Amanda must be done with classes for the day by now. I'm sure she would appreciate a ride home, and maybe I can talk to her about what's going on. I pull up to the carpool, and Amanda hops in the passenger seat. So, did you have fun gossiping about me? Mr. Vega and I just gossiped about our celebrity crushes. So you talked about Mario Batali the whole time? It was a very productive meeting. I'm pretty hungry. Can we grab some dinner? Sure thing. Of course, I've seen both of these outcomes before, but I need to go to the mall food court so I can have my first meeting with Damien, who, as I mentioned earlier, is the dad I'm going to go for in this playthrough. Sometimes referred to by the fans as Goth Dad. And I think, like I said, 80% of the vote on Twitter. I think it was 20% for Hugo and 0 for Craig. Oh. Will you buy me things? I will buy you a thing. Singular. Sounds like a deal to me. We drive in silence for a short while. Amanda plays a game on her phone. I should say something. You know, sometimes when a kid gets older, they find that they have to keep things hidden from their parents. That's okay, because sometimes that's what kids do. And that's okay. But also sometimes it's good to have the parents' perspective, because, maybe the parents have also dealt with similar situations. And maybe they're a little cooler than you give them credit for. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's good to share. Love you. Have you been reading my tweets? You have a Twitter? What? Never mind. Look, sweetie, Mr. Vega said you haven't been participating in class and that you're not turning things in. Oh, I'm fine, Pops. Senioritis and all that. I thought you liked Mr. Vega's class. It's fine. He's fine. We pull up to a stoplight and I eye Amanda. She's still texting. I want you to know that you can talk to me about anything. Uh-huh. I can tell that whatever it is, she doesn't want me knowing about it. That's frustrating. I heard Emma R. is going to that fancy art school in California. That's exciting. Yep. Are you bummed that you guys aren't going to the same school? Yep. Amanda keeps texting. She stifles a laugh. What's so funny? I don't think you'd get it. Okay. Who you texting? Noah. Who's Noah? My friend. Does he go to your school? Yep. Do you like Noah? What? No! Dad! Ugh. I can't believe you would... I had a few similar conversations about this regarding female friends of mine talking to my father. I don't think he meant any harm by it, but it did get pretty annoying that he would just seemed to assume that almost every single time. That I had a female friend in my life who I respected. Yeah, well, good talk. Love you, kiddo. She leans forward and turns up the radio. I guess that conversation is over. To the mall, then. We arrive at the mall, a big indoor shopping center with a couple different floors. It's kind of dead, but that doesn't stop a mall security guard from yelling at a group of loitering teens. I wonder if the security guard is LaFours. Nice little shout out for all you Mallrats fans. Alright. Language, Missy. Heck yeah, better. We approach the food court and evaluate our options. There's greasy restaurant after greasy restaurant. My heart burns just looking at the menus. Nobody looks happy to be here. Oh, excuse me. you in the mood for? Bread dipped in sugar, bread with cheese on it, or do you just want me to inject some fat directly into your bloodstream? I extend my hand to her. Would you do me the honor of sharing some nachos? She takes my hand with a grin. It would make me the happiest, cheesiest girl alive. We order a giant pile of chips and unnaturally orange cheese from a very unenthusiastic and possibly stoned teenager. We take a seat at a rickety table and dig in. These are bad. These are very bad. But also strangely delicious. We have to eat through the pain. We enjoy the fluorescent cheesy goodness together until we're all out of nachos. So, something's been bothering me for a while. Can you explain memes to me? Which meme? All memes? Amanda sighs deeply and places her head in her hands. It's complicated. See, memes are inside jokes shared by a bunch of people that get less funny the more people do it. So the problem is that by the time a meme gets to you, Dad, all us youths have already done the joke to death. And what's worse than that is that movie, TV, and video games will try to jump in on a meme train, but just based on how long it takes to make them, the meme will be long dead by the time it comes out, so it just dates it and isn't funny. Oh shit, what up? Dad, please. Anyway, changing the subject. Where to now? Want to go to that goth store? What? You know, the one that's all black and tries to establish itself as anti-establishment despite being an exact representation of the establishment? Come on, click the thing, Arkle. How long did it take me to read this one last time? Jesus. I don't know what store you're talking about. You know, the one where you can buy chain wallets and it's basically an assault on what people fought so hard against in the punk and hardcore movements of the 70s and 80s. Dude, you gotta be more specific. The one you threw up in that one time. Oh, that one. Amanda runs into the store with me trailing behind her. She makes a beeline for the back. There it is. You can still see the outline, kinda. Oh god. I'm so proud. Speech. Amanda. Speech. Alright, I'll do it if you stop chanting. Amanda stops immediately. I clear my throat. Thank you all for joining us here today to commemorate an historic moment that would forever shape history. On a day very much like today, some 5 years ago, our very own Amanda Ann Cornell had too much blue raspberry slushy on an outing to the mall. After begging her father to take her to Dead Goth and Beyond to buy rainbow suspenders, she proceeded to throw up all over a display of My Chemical Romance merchandise. Her loving father then had to pay for said merchandise, which to this day remains among our possessions. Thank you. Amanda is moved. She begins clapping. Slow at first, then faster and more vigorously. Several other patrons turn their heads. One of them also starts clapping. I bow my head. Oh, hey, chain wallets. While Amanda busies herself looking at the band t-shirts, I try to find something of interest to myself. Not much for a dad to look at in a Dead Goth and Beyond. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have clicked look at ironic mugs. I'm pretty sure that's one I haven't actually seen yet. I barely know any of these bands. Cannibal Bone Party doesn't seem like music I enjoy, but they must be really happy that a retail outlet is carrying their merchandise. I hope their parents are really proud of them. Look, this is very important to me. I overhear a stifled argument over at the cash register. An older gentleman is carrying a garment and showing it to a bored-looking cashier with pink hair. To a bored-looking cashier with pink hair. Click the text. Click it. Click, clickety, click. I really wish I could remember why it was taking me so long. Jesus. I can see that. Don't know what to tell you, dude. I just work here. Listen, when I bought this online, the website said this blouse was Victorian-inspired. However, when I received it, it clearly held the trademark of Edwardian dressage. That was our winner. 80%, folks. Do you want a coupon? I can give you a coupon. Will you leave if I give you a coupon? Having worked retail, I kind of feel her pain. Is there a manager present? People have to know what they're buying. I am the manager. I see. Well, it would seem that I have outstayed my welcome. Good day, shopkeep. Your superiors will receive a strongly worded letter by post. Whatever, dude. Man, I would have been fired if I talked like that. Jeez. The man rolls around and storms out, his literal coattails trailing behind him. I can't tell if they're Victorian-inspired or Edwardian in nature. Amanda trots up to me with a t-shirt in her hand. Oh boy, here it comes.
Oh.
Hey, was there a hiccup in the video there, or is that just my playback? Hey, Dad, Tron 5000. Yes, I'll buy it for you. Wow, that was easy. Thanks. At least it's only one this time. Amanda plops the shirt onto the counter and grins at the cashier. I love your hair. The cashier says nothing and rings Amanda up, radiating hatred. I hand her a 20. So what was that guy's deal? The cashier rolls her eyes so hard I'm worried she'll pull something. That's Damien. He's in here all the time. He's obsessed with Victorian fashion or whatever. She hands Amanda her bag and it's clear the conversation is over. We make our way out of the store and head home to get some rest. Amanda and I sit on the couch trying to find something to watch over bowls of ice cream. Oh cool, Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers is on. Your favorite, right? Now one thing I definitely remember having brought up when I played this, when I was recording this video and the audio that you'll never get to hear because fuck XSplit. I love the TV shows that exist in this universe. When this Long Haul Ice Road Paranormal Trucker thing, the Chopped Toddler Edition, stuff like that. It's just, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, and it is awesome. Let me use this EVP meter to try and communicate with the spirits. Flint, we're about to die. Ah, almost got it. If you listen carefully, it sounds like it's saying, you're going to die. That's because we are about to die, you. This is art. The episode ends and Amanda excuses herself to go and start arguments on the internet. I stay up a little longer, curious about the exploits of Callum and Flint Dogbone after their disastrous ice road accident. Afterward, I crawl into bed and get a good night's sleep. Gas is cheaper in the suburbs. Is that true? I don't actually drive, so I have no idea. Oh, right this. Generic snoring noises. I imagine that nobody who has ever snored in real life ever has sounded like that, but you would think so if you only ever heard snoring in cartoons. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Amanda is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We're able to put together a few shelves in one desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookcase. So you excited for the cookout today? I'm trying to remember why I clicked the one I did here, and drawing a blank. Sorry. I'm sure this is very scintillating commentary. But, you know, it's either this or try and play everything all the way back from whenever the last one ended over again, and I just didn't feel like doing that. Right. I'm all over those terrible store-bought sugar cookies. Yeah, those are bad. Which means there are more for me. Don't you want to meet some of the people in the neighborhood? I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hope that nobody talks to me. Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We will get that butterfly to emerge from the cocoon. social butterfly. Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late. What? No. We have to be fashionably late. Who shows up to a cookout on time? You know what? We're going early. Just because you said that. I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill. I guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people and the smell of hot dogs wafts through the air. Small children run through a sprinkler and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down on a table next to two other veggie plates. Huh. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide. Oh God, what voice did I do for him? What voice did I do for him? Welcome! I'm so glad you two are here. Oh God, it wasn't that. It could not have been that. And you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my eldest. I do remember when we met the kids in one of the previous episodes, including my personal favorites, the creepy twins. Then, of course, there's our youngest, Krish. These names. Wait, where is Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib. Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary? Hey, we're seeing her without a wine glass in her hand. That's rare for this game. Yeah, there's a reason the internet refers to her as Wine Mom. Oh. Okay, was that noise in the game, or is that on my end? Oh, well. I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to. Yeah, I'm thinking it's just a playback artifact. You probably didn't hear shit, and you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now. Ha ha ha. My wife has a wonderful sense of humor. But please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. Here, let me introduce you around. This is Robert. He lives just across the way. A haggard man nursing a glass of whiskey eyes me up and down. Hey. Hey, I'm Richard. It's nice to meet you. He takes a long swig of his drink. Charmed. Richard and his daughter just moved in next door. Cool. If you ever need recommendations on where to get a drink in this town, Rob's your man. I told you not to call me Rob. Right, got it. Robert ambles away without saying goodbye. He's not really a people person. Wow, I think I've actually met everybody else. Great. I bet you're excited to get to know everyone better. Hope you both enjoy yourselves. Amanda and I mill around and try some of the food spread out on the table. I pick at some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. Ugh, I don't want to have to make friends. Come on, Dad. Who are you going to party with when I go off to school? But I don't want to have to do pleasantries. Dad. They're going to talk about weather.
Dad.
Go. Do it. Make a friend. How could I possibly abandon my only child at a social function? That's bad parenting. This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, here goes nothing. I look around the party and am surprised to see some familiar faces. Isn't that the barista from the coffee spoon? It is. You can click now. You can click now past me. Hello? Past me? Click. Click. Clickety click 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 click. Why did I not think to trim this part? I trimmed so much. There you go. Oh, there's Robert. What a cool guy and mysterious. Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Isn't that the guy who was throwing a fit in Dead Gotham Beyond? Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. But wait a second. All of these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I'd better investigate. Yeah, the plot convenience fairy has just given him away. Yes, I know I stole that joke. Shut up. I spot Joseph chatting with the guy from Dad-ness Beyond by the grill. I wonder what they're talking about. I walk over to them. So I'm curious, can you walk me through why you had your house painted black? I had a white house and I wanted to paint... Right. Where do I even start? The house stays warmer in the winter, it provides an artistic contrast to the rest of the neighborhood, and it complements the crimson interior perfectly. It's definitely an interesting choice. Thank you. I'm very proud of my abode. Sorry, weather change, nose getting stuffed. I am so sorry you had to hear that. Actually, I think maybe I can mute that in post. I don't know. Damien regards me up and down with a warm but critical eye. How do you do? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. I think I saw you in Dead Goth and Beyond the other day. Damien's face turns bright red. I must apologize for my behavior on that day. You see, I take the goth lifestyle very seriously, and to be caught in a ruse by such a corporation as Dead Goth and Beyond was profoundly frustrating indeed. I hope you know that while my anger may have been justified, it was no such way for a gentleman to act. It's okay, man. Do tell me about yourself. Are you new to the area? Yes, my daughter and I just moved in the other day. She was the one I took to Dead Goth and Beyond. Very good taste on her part. Does she partake in the goth lifestyle? I think for a second. I look over to Amanda, who's hanging out with some of the older kids in the neighborhood. Hey, Amanda, would you consider yourself goth? Amanda yells back. I wouldn't necessarily try to fall under any one specific label, but I guess if I had to choose, I would more describe myself as twee hipster with some normcore leanings. I'm sorry, I love that funny. I love that line, I think it's funny. Bats are cool, though. Pity. Are you enjoying the party so far? Oh, definitely. Thanks so much for putting this on. It's nice to be in a cul-de-sac where everyone is so friendly and welcoming. Amanda walks up to the conversation. I also like The Lost Boys a lot. Really good movie. Does that count as goth? That it would, my dear. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Damien Bloodmarch at your service. Yeah, I know, it's like Lost Boys, like quintessential 80s movie. I have never seen it. I did see Maven of the Eventide's review of it, though. Is that close enough? Sorry, I know, I'm talking over the dialogue. It's like, creepy twins! I love the creepy twins. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm being such a fanboy about this, but alright. Seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph's twins kids appear and they're talking in unison. It's like, won't you come play with us? Yo, I'm willing to bet past me is laughing too. That's why it's taking so long to click to the next thing here. Come play with us forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin shtick. We've talked about this. Christian and Christy slowly back away. Hey, Bronze Thumb, if you're seeing this, you gotta teach your twins to do that when they're older. Good. Where do you think they got that from? Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand. Oh, sorry, she was asking. She wasn't being sarcastic. I was like, Mary takes a long sip of the wine. I think I might have taped over a VeggieTales VGS with The Shining. Who knows? She takes another sip of her wine. Again, wine mom. Where's Krish? Wasn't he with you? Come on. You had him a moment ago. He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be alright. Toddlers are pretty resilient. Mary tips her glass to me. Ain't my first time to the rodeo. It's my fourth. I have squeezed 4 little... Sweetheart, would you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great. I'm sure he's fine. Mary? Okay, jeez. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off. Dad, can we go now? Okay, I'm not even gonna... My teen voices all suck, so I'm just gonna... Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school. I remember you. Whatever. That's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite. Lucian bows. Whatever, sir. Lucian bows again. Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger, sir? Coming right up, bud. Are you vegetarian? Yep. Make that 2 veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous-type people as bloodlappers. Dad. That's really interesting, Damien. Joseph turns to the grill. Just a hint of a tattoo peeks out from underneath his sleeve. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It looks like the bottom of an anchor. Whoa, is that a tattoo? Yep. I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Want to see mine? What? Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in black ink. My buddy gave me a stick and poke tattoo last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian. We'll talk about this later. That's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo? I don't know. I just thought it looked sick. Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful, though. That number carries weight. Well, the whole 666 thing is actually a mistranslation. It's 616. It's supposed to be the number of the beast, but anyway. Man, Joseph is a way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured youth pastors didn't... No, I talk too slow. Click something past me. There we go. I glance across the yard and notice Robert and Brian chatting over drinks. Man, I don't think I want to deal with being one-upped by Brian right now. But I guess I could... Fuck. All right. Oh no, they caught me staring. Oh no, Brian's waving me over. Shoot. I flash a smile and walk over to... Oh, okay, that was the... I think I've mentioned before I have an issue with this mouse sometimes double-clicking when I don't want it to, and that means I sometimes end up skipping bits of dialogue in this game, and... Yeah, I think it's happened like 2 or 3 times in this one already. I suppose 2 or 3 times in just 45 minutes isn't too terrible, but... Anyway. Richard, have you met Robert yet? Yeah, we've met. Robert regards me over his whiskey. Good seeing you again. We were just talking about my most recent camping trip. Spent a night out in the woods with Daisy and Maxwell. She's definitely an outdoorsy one. Even caught her first fish. It's good to see you taking your daughter out like that. I bet she loved it. And it's great that she loves the outdoors. Mine loves being inside. Brian raises his eyebrows at me. Being inside making art. She won a local competition for that art. Yep. Did I put it on too strongly? Robert stares at me blankly for a second. Anyway. I haven't gone camping in years. Not since the last time. Same here. Well, things change once you have Wait, what happened the last time? Robert takes a long sip of whiskey. Well, old Johnny Boy and me were out in the backcountry. Johnny Boy is a strong kid. Met him in my army days. Comes from Kansas. They built him tougher out there. Anyway, things go south pretty quick. Johnny Boy breaks his ankle when the rope bridge snaps. You could see the bone popping out through his skin. Johnny Boy's screaming now, crying for his mama, losing blood. We're 2 days out from the next living soul, and here I am with my dear friend bleeding out in front of me. I'm able to dress the wound, but now I got a fireman carry a 6-foot, 180-pound man over some of the toughest terrain I've ever been in. I won't lie to you. There were moments during those 2 days when I thought about leaving old Johnny Boy. But you built a bond with your brothers in arms, and that bond never breaks. I got that boy back to civilization, but I lost some of me out there. I guess that's camping for you. Brian and I stare in disbelief. Robert takes another long sip of whiskey. I'm just kidding. My friend and John and I went inner tubing down the river and he lost a flip-flop. Missed that kid. Brian and I laugh nervously. Or am I kidding? Brian and I tense up again. I'm kidding. Phew. Amanda and Daisy barrel up to us laughing. Daisy is holding a paper plate in front of her like a steering wheel. We gotta get off this haunted truck. Oh no, the ghosts lock the doors. Quick, hit the emergency escape button. But trucks don't have emergency escape buttons. Then hit the brake, I guess. And then we'll get out of the truck. The imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghosts, but how will we ever survive this Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that? I'm prepared to do anything to survive. That's cold-blooded. I like that. Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you. You know, that reminds me of last time I went skiing. Robert. Wait a second. Are you guys playing Long Haul Ice Road Paranormal Ghost Truckers? Yeah. Amanda and I love that show. It's the best, especially that episode where Callum hides Flint's keys and Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient cursed urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah, it's such quality reality television. I don't watch a whole lot of television, but I do enjoy that show. That and war documentaries. Alright, Daisy, I found us a couple of bugs. They're going to make a great meal. Lots of protein. Going to keep us from starving out here in this harsh, icy wasteland. But there's a whole table of food right over there. Daisy, it's a game. We're playing pretend. It's what kids do. Live a little. Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust. Let's go find kindling for a fire. Okay, but not an actual fire. Because we're playing pretend? Yes. Now you're getting it. Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids. Man, I've never seen her get along with anyone so quickly. I guess Amanda just sort of has a way with kids. That's kind of amazing. Daisy doesn't really get along with kids her age. It's nice that he's not trying to one-up me this time. Maybe we can have a regular friendship after all. Really? She just kind of keeps to herself. Her teachers say she spends every recess in the library. I think the other kids are intimidated by her intelligence. There it is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Amanda was shy at Daisy's age, too. She used to have a habit of crawling under tables and crying every time we took her to a restaurant. She bit people, too. Oh, kids, right? Gotta love them. You're required to by law. I hear that. Well, since they're getting along so well, maybe we should try to put together a little play date for them. They do seem to get along really well, but the thought of continually hearing about all of Brian's accomplishments is rough. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Go meet some of the other fellas. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over to say hello. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare two art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of the social and political climate of a time and place. And to try to take something like that, say the Rococo period, and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created. Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. Anyone hoping to hear Matt and Hugo, you're going to be disappointed, because I clicked Talk to Craig this time because I did Matt and Hugo last time. And I turn my attention to Craig, who seems a little more attentive to my... damn it. I missed it. Right. How'd resistance training go? Great. Little River here is a great cheerleader. Aren't you, tiny bro? Craig grabs River's arms and waves them around. You can do it, Dad. You can do it, Dad. I'm so proud of you. I'm sorry for pooping on you. She must be a handful at that age. Oh, they always are. But it's so worth it. Craig grabs River's arms again and waves them around. Also, I'm sorry for throwing up on you, Dad. How you settling in? I wonder why I picked the one I did here. But it would be nice if I didn't have to wonder about such things. If I could just play the video and hear myself explaining my reasoning. Fuck you, XSplit. There are still a few odds and ends to take care of, but before I can really upgrade to livable. Yeah. We did livable throughout the entirety of college. Yeah, my goal was for Amanda to live the sort of life that didn't involve eating spoonfuls of ranch dressing as a palate cleanser between different types of pizza. She still does, though. Hey, she takes after her dad. Richard, how are you liking the neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everyone's been super friendly. Seems like your daughter is fitting in just fine. Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us. What is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown? I thought you'd look cute in it. Well, there's only one way to find out. Matt takes a flower crown and places it on top of his head. Am I cool now? The girl stares at him, thinking it over. Nope. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the mic there. But you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on. Ha! Hey, Richard, this is my daughter, Carmencita. Oh, I got a little ahead of that. Yeah. Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yeah, actually. Amanda, you remember the cool barista from the coffee shop, and my old college friend, and, your teacher? Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors. Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper? Amanda, ha ha ha, great seeing you. Oh. Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. She learned the finger guns move from me. I'm very proud. She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go? Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide. Ernest Hemingway Vega, are you smoking? What? Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. Nope. Whoa. I see Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of his cigarette and then flicks it into a gutter. Unbelievable. Excuse me. Hugo marches over to Ernest, and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right? Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard. Oh. And the barbecue we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread onto my lawn and burned down half of my yard, too. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Richard, this is my son, Ernest. Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking.
Oh.
Dot, 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 dot. What's the time on this ellipsis? Hugo nudges him impatiently. Hey. Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in? Does it matter? Ernest. Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know. Yeah. Good for you. Can I go now? I'm tired of talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Ouch. Ernest. Oh, yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. He seems nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs. I'm so sorry. He's having a really rough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it.
Oh.
I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad? What? I'm cool as a cucumber. See, that right there. You can't say that. My kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? Don't know.
I don't know.
I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads we've become the machine we once raged against and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed. Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. I yell across the yard to my daughter, Amanda, I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing.
Nice.
I see your point. As much as we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest. Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right, but it'd be nice to have it both ways. Hearing these guys talk about this make me think of my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens? Don't let us eat up your time, Richard. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood.
Hey.
Seeing as that was the last one, that's not necessary. All right. And without further ado, let's work some magic. Joseph closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and gets to work. With the greatest of ease, he sets patties on the grill, flourishing as he flips his spatula in the air. It's easily some of the best grill work I've ever seen. You guys think this is my first time in front of a grill? Oh god, the pun run. This is just a glorious pun run that's coming up right now, you guys. If you haven't played this game, this is the kind of stuff you're in for. Just glorious pun run. Alright. Almost there. You probably didn't know this, Richard, but Joseph's known around here for his grillmanship. He's ungrillevable. I've tried to get on his level, but I just can't catch up. Let us keep studying. He has a rare quality about him. Mustard, we keep talking about this. Can't we just appreciate the artist? I've never seen him make a mistake. Okay, we need to stop. This is getting too cheesy. Please stop. All of the children at the party boo the glorious display of puns in unison. Alright guys, the food's ready. Please form an orderly barbecue. Amanda groans. We all grab our food and hang out, enjoying perfectly cooked cheeseburgers. Man, it's so wild how all of us dads live in the same cul-de-sac. Kinda nice, isn't it? It feels like there's a real community here. Totally helps when you're just a single dad trying to raise a kid. We're happy to have you here, man. I think you're gonna like this neighborhood a lot. Sorry. Plus, Amanda seems to be getting along with all of the kids. If she decides to get into the babysitting game, she'll really make a killing. Hey, why don't you add us all on Dad Book?
Oh.
Dad Book? Yeah, it's a great social network for dads to keep in touch with each other. We're all on it, so if you ever need to reach out to anyone, that's the simplest way to do it. Sorry, I'm just an old-fashioned dad. Social media goes over my head sometimes. Don't worry, Pops. I'll help you figure it out. The rest of the BBQ goes smoothly. We all trade stories and drink beers as our kids play on the lawn. Amanda breaks up a fight between Carmencita and those weird twins. I think they wanted her soul. Amanda and I walk back to our place as the sun sets over the neighborhood. It's like, okay, yeah, this is about where I ended